In this tutorial, we're looking at a popular technique called parallel compression. Parallel, or New York compression as it's sometimes called, is a mixing technique that blends a dry and compressed signal and is particularly popular for beats, bass, vocals and even the master bus. The technique was first developed back in the analog days and in its simplest form involves paralleling a signal across two channels, one of which you compress quite heavily and one of which you don't. You can then find a balance of the two signals, allowing you to benefit from the flavour the compressor adds, but also retain some of the cleaner transients of the original sound. It's a great technique, and if done properly is hard to spot listening to a finished mix. In the plugin realm, parallel compression can be achieved quite easily by adding a global mix blend, and this option is readily available on many compressors. That said, this arrangement doesn't necessarily match the flexibility of using two parallel channels. In this tutorial, we'll look at 3 ways we can set up and use this fantastic compression technique. Adding a mix blend control to a compressor plugin provides a quick and easy way to use parallel compression. Many compressor plugins have this, so seek out one that's suitably equipped. You'll find some examples in the CM suite, and here we're using EA Recon's CH-Comp87. We've loaded up an 808 kick, setting quite aggressive compressor settings. This adds presence but negatively affects the kick decay. We've then used the mix to blend in some original kick to regain the decay. Our second method uses a straightforward parallel, and we'll use this to process a snare. First job is to create a new track and duplicate the snare part over. Then insert a suitably coloured compressor. Here we've gone for an opto design. We've set this to compress really hard, we're metering towards 10 dB of gain reduction, and the opto design creates a fat sound without completely killing the transients. We've also added a post-compression EQ to shove off some of the high frequencies. Final step is to blend this with the original track and turn both tracks down collectively. Our final method uses an auxiliary. The best way to set this up is as a pre-fader send with your compressor on the auxiliary return. This allows you to send multiple tracks to the parallel compressor, although the sends will be post your insert processing, making this slightly different to our second technique. Here we've set up a parallel auxiliary bus, and this time selected a classic bus style compressor using a slow attack of about 10 milliseconds and a medium fast release of about 200 milliseconds, with a low threshold and 10:1 ratio to achieve plenty of gain reduction. We can now send various mixed components such as kick and snare to the same parallel compression bus.